In today's video, I'm going to talk to you all about fall lawn care strategy and help you develop a plan for your lawn. Let's get out of the weeds. So this is what I'm currently dealing with. You can see that this speed zone did do a good job of knocking out some of the broadleaf weeds. Still a lot of weeds, and you can see my lawn is very brown right now. A lot of weeds, not doing very good. And so this is what my lawn looks like. So you can see my lawn is not in very good shape. So it's time for me to kind of talk through what my fall lawn care strategy is, and this may help you decide what's best for your lawn as well. My lawn currently still has a ton of grassy weeds. Now those are going to be your typical weeds like foxtail, crabgrass. Some of those are kind of the more popular ones, but it covers a wide variety of different weeds, but they're typically the ones that look very similar to your grass. They're very hard to get rid of and can be a big problem in your lawn, as they are for me. So for me, if I'm going to try to grow grass here in my backyard, I'm going to also have to fight off all of the grassy weeds that are here. Now, since I have so many weeds here in my backyard, I need to really kind of target those before I'm even going to be able to give planting new grass seed a chance. Now, my application that I did in my last video was mostly going to be targeting your broadleaf weeds. And so it did a really good job of knocking out most of the broadleaf weeds in my yard, but most of my yard is still grassy weeds. And so that's kind of what I'm going to target today. Now, I'm still about 3 or 4 weeks out from when I'm going to be seeding. And how you kind of figure out your timing for when, if you're going to be doing seeding, is you're looking for your soil temperatures to start coming down into the lower 70s, kind of working their way down from your summer highs. And now I'm not talking outside air temperatures, I'm talking soil temperatures. So if you go online, you can search and find different websites that'll show you kind of your local soil temperatures in your area. And you'll be able to kind of figure out the timing of when does my soil temperatures start to get into the lower 70s, kind of coming their way back down from their summer highs. And this is going to kind of show you your window of opportunity for seeding. Now, the reason why this is important with the soil temperatures is because, one, we don't want to go seed too early when the temperatures are way too hot for cool season grass, and you're going to have a hard time getting it to germinate and to really thrive. And the other reason is it's also going to help you kind of figure out the timing of how much time do you have to grow grass before it then gets too cold. So if you start looking for that lower 70-degree mark in the soil temperatures, that's going to be kind of your go zone to be able to be far enough out from summer but still far enough away before we start getting into winter and some of our cold temperatures and frost that'll knock out our new grass seed. Whenever it comes to weed control, most of the time if you're planting grass seed, putting down weed killer is not going to be good. They typically don't go hand in hand. A lot of the weed killers in that are going to harm any of the new grass you plant. So if you're going to be attacking weeds in your lawn, you need to do one of two things. One, get it down well before you're going to be planting grass. Most of the herbicides, which you'll have to check depending on which one you put down, but most of them that I've seen say that you can plant new grass seed 7 to 14 days after an application of that herbicide. So check the label, whichever one you're going to be putting down, and make sure you're in that window. If you're going to be putting grass seed down in a couple days and you're planning on spraying weeds, just make sure you're in the green zone. If it's too close, then you do not want to spray because you do not want to harm your good grass. The other option that you can do is there is a herbicide called tenacity that you can actually use as a pre-emergent with your grass seed, and it won't harm it. Pre-emergent just simply means that you're putting down the weed control before the weeds emerge. So it's going to kill the weeds as they start to kind of emerge and kill them off before you ever see them. Post-emergent is going to be once you actually see the weed in your lawn, then you spray it and kill it. And so that's the difference. Whenever it comes to cool season grass, tenacity is going to be the main one where it's going to be safe to actually put down with your seeding. So today, what I'm going to be putting down first is going to be Drive Accelerate, which is quinclorac. Quinclorac is the active ingredient that you typically is going to be targeting crabgrass. Now, crabgrass is going to be a very difficult weed to control. The later it gets into the season, the bigger the crabgrass grows and more mature it gets, it's going to be harder to take out. And so if you have a crabgrass problem, you're going to want to look for quinclorac if you're looking for something that's in the stores. But just know that crabgrass doesn't go away easily. It does not go down without a fight. The other thing that I'm going to be putting down today is going to be Terosity. Now, I mentioned here tenacity. Terosity is just the generic name of it. So when you hear tenacity, Terosity, whatever city, you look at the active ingredient and you'll see for these, the active ingredients, mesotrione. And so mesotrione is what you're going to be looking for whenever it comes to the pre-emergent that will allow you to seed. Since I'm not seeding quite yet, this can also be used as a post-emergent as well. So whenever you're putting this down in your lawn, you will actually get some post-emergent and pre-emergent effectiveness with this. And so you can put this down ahead of time. You don't have to wait till the day you seed to put this down, but just know that this can work as a pre-emergent. As opposed to something like this, you do not want to spray this down with your new grass seed. You want to do this at least a couple weeks beforehand. Now I just got done blanket spraying my lawn, and now it's just time to kind of wait and see what happens with some of these weeds. Now I expect for the amount of weeds that I had in my lawn, there's going to be a lot of my lawn that's starting to get taken out here because the majority of my lawn was grassy weeds. Now I will kind of continue to show updates as it starts to take effect so that you guys can kind of follow along with what's going on here. Now stay tuned over the next coming weeks as I prepare to start doing some grass seed videos and start to fix this lawn so that I can get out of the weeds and into a beautiful lawn.